friends. I want to come to you today and talk to you a little bit about something that you may not be thinking about. And I just got off the treadmill and I'm going to make myself something to eat. And I thought it would be a good time to kind of share this with you. So you can see on the pot there, I am boiling water and I am about to make myself something to eat. And today is going to be oatmeal. And we have organic oatmeal. And so let me talk a little bit about feeding ourselves or cooking, if you will. And so for me, I have started to actually see preparing food or cooking as an act of self-love and self-care. Why is that? Well, our bodies require nutrients to function. And so to be healthy and to have a body that is physically well and able to house our soul or our spirit, and for us to be able to carry out our purpose in the earth, we need health. And so the body requires nutrients. And we've been conditioned for such a long time that we eat just to satisfy hunger or to fill our bellies. But no, we really eat to supply the body with nutrients. Our body requires calcium and magnesium and potassium to carry out the metabolic functions, and those nutrients specifically are required for the beating of the heart. You need vitamin A for vision, you need vitamin A for your mucous membranes, you need vitamin C for your immunity. All those nutrients that you see on the back of the vitamin bottle, B vitamins, they all carry out a specific important function. And so for such a long time, we just kind of thought, well, I can eat, but if I get the vitamins, then that's a really good thing, or it's a better thing, but I can survive on just eating food. And we haven't really given a lot of thought to the fact that those vitamins and minerals serve a very important and specific purpose. And if you run out of one of those, the body will try to maintain as long as it can. But if you get a deficiency, you're going to start having health problems. And so cooking, feeding myself has really become, for me, an act of self-care and self-love. And so today I'm making oatmeal, and let me show you how I make oatmeal an act of self-care and self-love by making sure that I take advantage of the opportunity to supply myself with some healthy nutrients. I'm not sure what just happened. I think the sun just went in, so sorry about that. But we're going to keep going. So I'm going to put coconut oil in it. Coconut oil, is good for, it has antibiotic properties. It has medium chain fatty acids. It is good for quelling inflammation in the body. There's even some heart health benefits here. Sometimes I use ghee. I want to talk to you guys a little bit about ghee. Ghee is filled with butyrates, which is really good for the cells of the colon. It is also an inflammation queller, and just really, really good things. And so I add a little bit of coconut oil or ghee, or maybe both. Same thing with coconut. This coconut milk powder is actually, again, good for inflammation. It's a healthy fat, and you need fats to fuel your body. This low-fat stuff is garbage. You really need fat to fuel your body. And again, we are eating for the sole purpose of giving our body what it needs so that it can be healthy and function well. Medium chain fatty acids antibacterial, really good. Here I've got pea milk protein, pea milk powder, which supplies a little bit of protein. Whenever you're eating a little bit of sugar or a little bit of carb, it is really beneficial to actually have some kind of fat in it, which we're going to get from the coconut milk and the oils, and also some protein, because that keeps your sugar from spiking when you're eating sugars or carbohydrates. I'm going to put a little bit of Himalayan sea salt in it. This supplies magnesium and chloride. Magnesium is good for a myriad of functions, including sugar balances. Magnesium is good for your heart. Magnesium is good for stress. Just about any major chronic condition can be helped by a little bit of magnesium. And this also has chloride in it, and chloride helps you produce stomach acid. I'm going to put almonds in it. Almonds are alkaline, and they just have loads of vitamins and minerals in there. Lots of magnesium in almonds, and potassium, and a little bit of calcium. And again, those things serve vital functions in the body. Calcium is for your teeth and your hair. A lot of women, especially African American women, as we age, we're getting thinning edges and spots and all that. Sometimes that's just a deficiency of nutrients like calcium and magnesium, so that's very important. And what I don't have here, and I need to get, just a second, wild blueberries. These are really good, and I'm going to put these in the oatmeal. These are very high in antioxidants, just a lot of really good things in these blueberries, and especially the wild blueberries. They are just a little bit higher in nutrients than the regular blueberries. Of course, they have vitamin C. Of course, they have potassium. Just loads of good stuff in blueberries. So when I prepare a meal, I have learned that it is a great way for me to supply my body with what it needs to be healthy. This body is the vessel for our spirit and souls. And so if we're going to do great things in the world, if we're going to be active, if we're going to enjoy our lives, we must be healthy. And so each meal that I prepare, I'm going to just try to re-look at it and see, what can I do to make this healthier for me? I will make a soup after this. I tend to make soups a couple days a week. I use bone broth, lots of vegetables. It's just a great way to sneak in a whole lot of nutrients. I'll put the link to the bone broth that I use in the comments. Again, I'm going to dump in cauliflower and kale and collards as a backdrop, and maybe some quinoa and a little bit of chicken. Just really finding ways to nourish my body. A lot of herbs and spices. Again, I'll use coconut oil or avocado oil in the soup. It really is just, as I said, an act of self-love. I use every meal to supply my body with something. Even when I do make cookies, I baked cookies yesterday, and in those cookies I had almond flour, I had hemp seeds, I had, again, coconut oil, I had ghee, I had almond flour, which is rich in magnesium, and I talked about the benefits of that. I put raisins in it. Raisins are filled with potassium, and I try to make them low sugar. I use maple syrup to sweeten my desserts, and I'm going to put a little bit in my oatmeal here. Maple syrup is actually filled with minerals, and again, the minerals are so wonderful for the body. They buffer acid. yeah, I just can't say enough. And you can get some minerals from just drinking water, but our water is stripped. And so nowadays, you have to really make more of an effort to get the nutrients that you need because the food just simply doesn't have it anymore. The land has been stripped and over farmed. They don't really put the proper nutrients back into the ground. They put just enough in the ground for it to produce an ear of corn. So by the time the corn is formed, there really isn't much left. And so you have to just be intentional. I am a multivitamin girl. Get a good multivitamin, get a food-based multivitamin, make sure that it has all the vitamins and minerals in it. I notice now they're producing some where the B vitamins are missing or extremely low, or it's missing chromium. You want to find a vitamin that has all the major minerals and vitamins in it. And you also want to make sure that it sticks relatively closely to the 100% of the RDA. I wouldn't go off and get, 10,000 IUs of vitamin A or 10,000 IUs of vitamin D. You can really hurt yourself that way. But you do need an insurance policy. And I think that the vitamin serves that really well. And then from there, you start building. So think about cooking. Think about preparing food and your meals as an act of self-care, as an act of love, and a gift that you give to yourself.